The expert translation of 8 red flag text messages narcissists send you. The 8 most typical red flag text messages from narcissists are revealed, along with what they truly signify, by a researcher who specializes in narcissism. I don't have time for this since I'm so busy. The narcissist seems to have plenty of time to talk to you when they initially love bomb you. They reply to your messages in a matter of minutes, appear worried when you take a break from talking to them, and provide you with thoughtful, in-depth answers to your queries. They don't only seem to actively stop what they're doing to react to you, they also seem to set aside a lot of time to spend time getting to know you. But after they've hooked you, their communication styles suddenly change in ways that leave you feeling emotionally disoriented. Your straightforward efforts to get their attention now seem to them to be a nuisance, a bother, and an annoyance. This is distinct from truly being busy, since even the busiest person in the world is able to politely and respectfully express their time constraints. Even overworked physicians and presidents of nations find time to contact their spouses, and if they are empathetic, they almost never become angry when their partners inquire about their whereabouts after an extended absence. The narcissist, on the other hand, reacts with a rage and irritation that shocks their victims with its brutality during the devaluation phase of the relationship when they are questioned about why they are acting in such a peculiar way. They'll gaslight you into thinking you're in the wrong for becoming used to the degree of response they first built up for you to anticipate and accuse you of being clingy. They make fun of you for requesting simple decency. If anything, they were the ones who came out as needy when they bombarded you with love messages and fervently demanded that you respond. They deliberately withheld their time from you and taught and conditioned you to always anticipate a prompt answer. Now they penalize and demean you for responding in like, "Good morning, lovely/attractive." This is a typical love bombing statement narcissists use in the beginning of a relationship to groom you. To get you to associate them with every morning greeting, they will send you this text or a version of it every morning, perhaps with a unique nickname or other compliment. Whether you want them to or not, they penetrate your life in this sneaky manner. They hope that you will begin each day thinking about them, and that their presence will have an impact on you throughout the day. They'll be the last to say goodnight and the last to leave you a goodnight message, making sure they're the last person you think of before going to bed. They will proclaim you to be their soulmate early on and express wonder at how much they have in common with you. As a result, the narcissist gradually builds up a false feeling of closeness with you that they know would seem like a loss once they devalue and dump you from the relationship. Over time, when they withhold the good morning and good night messages, they are aware that you will feel pressured to go above and beyond in an effort to win back their approval and validation, even if you weren't all that involved in the relationship to begin with. That's because narcissists are aware that if you are sensitive to any feeling of rejection, you may question why someone who seemed to be madly in love with you one moment may start acting callously the next. "I'm very sorry. I'm not worthy of you." In this paragraph, the narcissist is just partially lying. It's true that they don't deserve you, but they don't seem to have any remorse for the terrible things they did to you. If they did, they would have taken solid, lasting steps to restore the relationship and make apologies. After violent episodes and any time they want to seem remorseful to entice you back into the relationship, narcissists will send you a "I'm sorry" text. When they want to exhibit hot and cold conduct and conveniently win your favor, they will send you this low-effort SMS. They don't genuinely feel that way. Many do feel entitled to empathetic, gorgeous, loving, and kind partners like yourself, But they send the "I don't deserve you" text because they want you to feel bad for them and show them wrong. Of course you deserve me. They want you to express your love and concern for them with more intensity. I'll do everything for you and this relationship because I adore you. Even when they behave otherwise, they seek your affirmation that they are still wonderful people. They are only a friend or coworker. Not to be concerned. The narcissist now takes pleasure in feeling powerful and in charge of your emotions, despite the fact that you were once the center of their world, the apple of their eye, someone they had to win over, and someone they thought was out of their league. According to studies, narcissists and psychopaths often use the manipulative technique known as jealousy induction to throw you off balance in a love connection. This is when they create unhealthy love triangles so you will fight over them. They could do this by bringing up former or possible love relationships, questionable friends, or coworkers they appear to be hanging out with more. They do this to elicit a response from you, and when you do, they get a false feeling of superiority and desirability that makes them feel arrogant and self-assured. They accuse you of being nervous and paranoid while gaslighting you and assuring you that they are only friends or coworkers and you have no cause for concern. Sometimes there is nothing happening because the narcissist doesn't have as many alternatives as they would want you to believe they have, but they still want you to be worried because they like to play with your emotions even if there may not be anything wrong. They want you to feel like you may lose them, so that you'll lower your standards and give in to their demands more readily. After all, if you're too busy vying for their attention, you're also too busy to distance yourself from or leave the narcissist. There was stillness after the read reception. The focus of this text message is on the texts that narcissists avoid sending you. Many toxic and egotistical individuals will purposefully activate their read receipts. They want to use proof of their newly discovered disregard and indifference to you as a weapon against you. They either switch on read receipts abruptly during the devaluation stage or keep them on continuously from the beginning, initially to demonstrate their continual availability and quick reaction during love bombing. Narcissists want you to be aware that they are neglecting you. It is not enough for them to just ignore you or treat you silently. They will intentionally post on social media during this time, including posting questionable content and following dubious users, or they will communicate with others and make sure you are aware of it. For instance, you may see them on a dating app or forum during this time, or you may learn from a mutual friend that they called them. I'm so over this and done with it. It's true that narcissistic abuse victims occasionally use this phrase to express their displeasure with the abuser and their frustration, but narcissists use this traditional stonewalling phrase through text specifically to end productive conversations and avoid responsibility. When you have done nothing except attempt to engage with the narcissist about relationship issues in healthy and fair ways, you will get this text message. For instance, you may calmly point out that despite their assurances that they will always be there for you, they never really appear to be. You might also politely mention that you were uncomfortable with one of their dubious friendships, which they are obviously utilizing to make you feel envious of them. A healthy and sympathetic spouse would respond by addressing your issues. On the other side, a narcissist will gaslight you into believing that you are flawed for daring to feel anything at all. This is a painful punishment they put you to merely for raising these issues, keeping them responsible, or challenging them. They will strike out in wrath and terminate the discussion before it even begins, vanishing for hours or even days and weeks. These stonewalling materials eventually educate you to doubt yourself and remain quiet about your needs, desires, and rights in order to maintain the relationship. I've thought about this for a long, but it simply doesn't seem to be working. The narcissist will break up with you by text rather than in person because it enables them to maintain their facade of goodness while continuously abusing your psychological and emotional well-being. When they are disposing of their victims, most narcissists follow a script. They might say something like, "Look, I've been thinking about this for a while," and then proceed to tell you that you should break up with them because they don't think you are a good match or compatible, even after their repeated attempts at pleading for forgiveness after abusive incidents or proclaiming you're their soulmate. In order to gaslight you, they will provide reasons for the breakup such as how you can't take a joke, are too sensitive, or always believe the worst of them, while their primary goal in doing so is to create dominance and control. This is a ruse to cover up their lengthy history of abuse by claiming that they are just incompatible, while in fact they are emotionally incapable of supporting any kind of relationship. There are no falsehoods here, you are in fact incompatible with narcissists, but it bears reiterating that narcissists are incompatible with everyone because they lack empathy. Even the breakup is a test, unbeknownst to the victim, to determine whether you would pursue them and grovel for their attention. Narcissists often stage text breakups to traumatize you into accepting less, and they anticipate that you would attempt to make up with them later on. They will almost never leave you alone without provoking you after the breakup. "What's up? I've been considering you. I long for you and don't want to let you go." Even after they've allegedly broken up with you, narcissists often come back for a second or third round of abusive behavior. According to research, they often keep in touch with their ex-partners to obtain resources and have sex. They want complete control over your life after the breakup and throughout the healing process because they don't want you to go on. Because they aim to teach you to rely on their approval and keep you off balance, they'll contact you often during the relationship expressing they don't want to lose you or the relationship before coldly discarding you. Even after you've broken up with them, they keep in touch, particularly if they worry that you're finding happiness elsewhere or looking for a new companion. They use this to keep you traumatized and permanently hooked to them. Make no mistake, if a narcissist who has harmed you repeatedly sends you a check-in and miss you text, they are attempting to see if they can trap you into the cycle once again, only to punish you even more severely for giving them another opportunity. Be careful not to text or glance back. Better is due to you.